Hey guys, Jonah here once again, back with a beer review, and it's Sunday. So this could have been a supermarket Sunday, but no, this is just a regular beer review. And we're back in Manchester because the beer we are doing is from the Manchester edition of the Beer52 box, shall we say. And yeah, this is a slightly strange one because it is a collaboration between Beer52 and these guys, Exhibition, who are a kind of craft dining experience. So they do craft beer, but they're not a brewery as such. They are a restaurant. Yeah, in Reesme, central Manchester. The beer we are looking at is this one, Kellerbeer, next Exhibition times Beer52. And yet again, this is via Scotland, via Fierce Beer, who obviously up in Aberdeen. We had that exact situation yesterday as well. And I was trying to work it out. What's Aberdeen got to do with Manchester? But I did some research and I found out for you, dear viewer. See, I try and look after you. There is a Fierce bar. So it's Fierce Brewery's kind of tap room bar, if you like. Well, not a tap room, but their bar in central Manchester. So I've got a feeling that's why there's so many of these beers in the Manchester box are made by Fierce Beer. So technically they're made in Aberdeen, but you could argue that they're sold in Manchester. So easy to find. Anyway, let's look back at the Kellerbeer. And this is Exhibition versus Beer52 via Aberdeen in Scotland. And Kellerbeer basically is a German style, and it means cellar beer essentially. And in Germany, essentially, they lager their cask lagers in the cellar of pubs and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the notes say this style could be seen as merging the best of British cask ale with German malts and hops in unique and Moorish lager. It has an unusual flavour profile that may surprise the uninitiative. Well, we'll find out. And perhaps best approach as a kind of German extra special bitter. We got some Northern Brewer and we've got some Hallertauer Mittelfrüh. And yeah, it's a kind of spiky, kind of malty, kind of, it's a malty lager basically. Very similar to the beer we had yesterday. But very strange, dear viewer. Yeah, German lager is ESB, extra special. That doesn't quite sit nicely with me. But anyway, there we go. We have Exhibition with a sort of crosshatch kind of. It looks a bit like a Pringle jumper. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure about that blue either. It's a sort of battleship grey kind of brew. And we're zooming in a bit there. There we go. Thank you, cameraman. Collaboration between Exhibition, which is a restaurant, and Beer52, brewed and canned a Fierce Brew in Aberdeen. And avoid those pregnant ladies because it tells you. So, the Kellerbeer, 4.2%, water, malted barley, malted wheat. So again, that's something slightly out of place in a German style beer. However, Kellerbeer is, I believe, a kind of Bavarian style. So Bavarian kind of brewers, until reasonably late, weren't kind of full-on Rhine Hotskebot. So the fact it's got wheat in it as well, we won't hold against the Germans, shall we say, the Germans. But yeah, it's a German beer made in Scotland and sold in Manchester. And it's an ESB stroke lager. Very, very strange. Right, let us get this in a glass. This is a 330 can, so we shouldn't have to worry at all about a large head. And because it's a Sunday, I can hear, I don't know if you can hear, but I can hear Ski Sunday going on downstairs. There we go, exhibition, and we'll try and do a nice kind of thing for the front of the camera. Look at that head. Wow, definitely a German kind of lager style head. 2 fingers, lovely fluffy white bubbles. Look at that, like an ice cream. We've got a reasonable amount of carbonation, and look at that, super clear. Maybe a hint, the kind of very hint of a kind of yeasty kind of thing going on here. I believe, because I had a bit of research for a change, I believe that the Kellerbeer process, because it's essentially lagered in the cask, so it's like a cask beer. Sometimes you do get a bit of the yeast kind of being disturbed, shall we say, and it's often served from the cask. So, you know, you see those things in Germany where the guy comes out with a spigot and literally hammers it into the side of a cask. That is probably what you would find with this style of beer had it been in Germany. They're not doing that in Manchester or Aberdeen, as far as I know. On the nose, bit of yeastiness, bit of maltiness. And from the hops that are in there, okay, there's Northern Brewer in there too, but Hallertauer is a noble hop. So this is going to be kind of reasonably traditional lagering. This is definitely not a sort of new star American kind of beer. It's all about the Europeans. Although there is a lemoniness going all the way through this beer, which starts as soon as it hits your taste buds. That's really weird. There's a bit of carbonation kind of up front as well. Obviously was going to be with that sized head, but that's really bizarre. It's got like a lemony taste up front, which goes all the way through, reasonably sharp. This is almost like a lager top, but it's a lot drier than that. So what a lager top is, a pint of lager, you leave a little bit ahead, essentially at the top, and then you top it up with either lemonade or sometimes lime or something like that, just to take the edge off. That is very different to what like I said yesterday, I've been to Germany a few times, to what I would have had in Germany. Although you could see yourself sitting at a kind of pub table out in the street, opposite the pub, with the host or hostess coming up, you know, and just banging German style beers onto the table that have come up from the cellar. That's very interesting. This is unusual because it is not strictly German. I can honestly say this is not like any other beer that I've tried, really. Maybe, maybe a bit more like Australian style beer. And I don't mean Foster's or something like that. I mean proper Australian, brewed in Australia, kind of things. Maybe like kind of Little Creatures or something similar to that. Wow. So there we go. We get that around the right way. Yeah, so in conclusion, Kellerbeer from Exhibition in Manchester. It is a restaurant, not a brewery. They are in collaboration. This is actually brewed in Aberdeen. Really lemony kind of style German lager. Very bizarre. But yeah, I don't know if I actually fully like this. If I was going to buy German lager, I'd kind of want German lager, and that's not exactly what this is. And it is definitely not an ESB. No chance. No way is this an ESB. There is nothing about this that says bitter. Very, very weird. Hey, you got to try different things, but this is one of the rare occasions that I don't really like this. And there's nothing wrong if you're really into your lagers. Definitely try this. If you're up in Manchester, go to the Fierce bar. See if you can get hold of this. But I think not for me. I'll stick to more multi bad boys. I'll stick to proper ESBs. American styles. We're definitely going to have some more from Fierce Brew as well. Ooh. Got a couple more beers actually. They are German style beers. So I wonder, is Fierce Brew going for the German styles perhaps? Who knows? But yeah, this has been Uncle Jonah drinking some kind of German beers so you guys don't have to. If you've liked this beer review, if you found it entertaining, please click like down below. It really does make a big difference to the channel. Think about subscribing because that'll really help us out too. And until tomorrow, you guys take care. And remember, try and drink some beer.